driving back from the service center and taking in the Model Y, we were provided a loaner. Now, once we got home, it does want to do an update since it hasn't been updated depending on who the previous driver was. So we'll go ahead and just process that update. And while we were running some errands after doing all of the update and everything, we were testing the full self-driving. This is not the 9.0 version, and it's something I'm still waiting before getting the full self-driving on the Model Y. There is still a lot of discussion about the offers of doing subscription based, and that might be something I would want to look into since it's not tied to the car and can be removed at any time. This is a Model 3 2018 with full self-driving, and so far it's taken a moment to get used to. The car still comes to a stop a bit later than I prefer, but it's something that will be easier with time. With this full self-driving, it does come to a stop at stop signs and lights, but if there are lights like in my area where they are still covered up and not working, it will try to stop and you will have to take control. As for lane change, it works well with some minor confusion with double lines on certain turning lanes, but again, if you take control, it will be fine. Overall, it's a great experience, something different. Now let's discuss the update on the service of the Model Y. I took it in on the 29th of March and was supposed to be returned on the 2nd of April, but then it was moved to the 6th of April. I knew it would take some time as they had a list of about 27 items and a few needed to be done at the body shop. When it came to service keeping in touch, they did, advising when the car was being worked on and the next steps taken. The only time there was some silence was when it went to the body shop. They provided the information that it was being sent to the shop on April 1st and finally returned on the 6th of April, when the service department stated they are working on the car at the Tesla Service Center again. This moved the finish date from the 6th to the 9th. I was able to pick up the car on the 9th and look over the list they had and what was done. There were a few things that per Tesla met their standard, but for the most part a lot of stuff was addressed and they could not replace the speaker due to part restrictions and did make a follow-up appointment. I will make a video discussing the fixes on the Model Y. The final repair should take place April 20th and hope to get the rest corrected. I will say I am pleased with how the service works. They do communicate and it's easy to keep up, and the process overall is very smooth. There are a few things that I wish they would discuss to why some items are not addressed, but they do try to put it in writing, just need some more clarification. Now I've had some questions to why I kept the car, and the reasons are simple. I wanted the Model Y standard range. It was one of the last ones on the East Coast, and if I did not have this option, I would have done the dual motor, but for the time being I did not need it. The 244 miles of range is more than enough, and my goal is to get a NEMA 1450 installed in the house, and will have fast enough charging to get the range topped off. The issues, yes, are big, but it's also something they had to fix, and knowing they will fix it eased my concerns. Now, I did not just relax and say it's all good. I did discuss it with the service manager and the sales manager, and they had people make sure they can address all of the issues. Overall, I enjoy the car. If the car did not bring that new joy of driving, I would not want to deal with the hassle. But because the experience of the car is so different, I am willing to let Tesla rectify the issues. Is the Tesla experience smooth? I would say no. And I think people need to be aware of the process, what it's like, since it is so different from regular car purchases, and sometimes that can throw somebody off. Another thing people should consider is some form of checklist. This way, the excitement and being in the moment does not blur their judgment. And if you decide this is the car and you are okay with the possible needs of repairs, you are not blindsided, and my goal is to inform people and hopefully help make this process easy. I do not want to deter people from buying this car. Just make sure they get the service they deserve. I could say the car is a joy to drive, and once you go this direction, for many will be hard to turn back. So don't go for a test drive if you are not sure you want to purchase. Also, if you do get the desire to purchase, get yourself some free supercharging miles with the referral code below. Testing the full self-driving was fun, and I'm looking forward to the newest version. As you can see in the video, there were a few moments where actions were needed, but with 9.0 the improvements should be even better. Per some discussions online, looks like it will all be vision based, and they could remove the radar. Even some comments made by Elon that potential removal of the radar might come in later vehicles and just keep the vision because it's way more accurate. Version 11 of the new OS is also around the corner, as well as the updated UI that some people have been discussing online and we've seen in the Model S. Now, there are a few other things that the new full self-driving should help and deliver, part of it being the navigate on autopilot, which has shown some great experiences so far, and the car being able to make corrections and navigating in different aspects, something that we haven't seen before. Certain turns that have not been done before. But overall, pretty cool experience coming forward. Now let me know in the comments below what content anybody wants to see, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned and subscribe for more.